Are you ready to secure your pantry before things spiral out of control? When chaos hits, you don't want to be the one scrambling. That's why in today's video, we're revealing the 10 dried foods you absolutely need to stockpile now. No gimmicks, no overpriced survival kits, just real, reliable foods that can stand the test of time. Whether it's inflation, natural disasters, or global supply chain issues, these essential foods will keep you and your loved ones fed, no matter what. From nutrient-packed beans to the decades-long staying power of plain white rice, we'll break down what you need and why it works. If you're looking to stay ahead, avoid future shortages, and build a pantry that can truly hold its own, you're in the right place. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll feel confident in creating a food stockpile that not only lasts, but actually sustains you during tough times. Don't wait for the worst. Take action now. All right, coming in hot at number 10 on our list of dried foods to stockpile is the ultimate survival staple, white rice. This stuff is no joke. It's the bedrock of food security worldwide, and for good reason. Properly stored in low-oxygen environments, white rice can last up to a mind-blowing 30 years. That's right, 3 decades. If you're planning for the long haul, this is your best friend. Now here's why it's a prepper's dream. 1 single pound of rice packs in about 1,700 calories. That's a ton of energy in a super compact space. And when fuel is scarce, rice has your back. You can rehydrate it with heat-soaking methods like in a thermos to cut down cooking fuel use by up to 70%. Plus, rinsing your rice twice before storage helps reduce arsenic, keeping it safe to eat. And get this, at less than $1 per pound when bought in bulk, white rice delivers the cheapest calories you can find. Unlike brown rice, the outer hull is milled off, leaving no oils to go rancid. That means white rice stays fresh way longer. Bonus? Most U.S. white rice is fortified with folic acid, which is critical during tough times, especially for pregnant women who may struggle to get proper nutrients. But wait, rice isn't just for eating. It's versatile beyond belief. Vacuum-sealed rice bricks can even work as barter currency when the chips are down. Around the house, rice does double duty. Toss dry grains in cloth bags for DIY hand warmers, or even use them to absorb moisture from electronics. Left with rice water after rinsing, your houseplants will love it as fertilizer. Want even more tips? Toasting dry grains before cooking adds a nutty flavor, perfect for switching up meals. Got backyard chickens? Rice Bran can feed them, creating sustainable protein for your household. The list goes on. Rice vinegar, rice crackers, rice glue. This pantry MVP isn't just food, it's a survivor. White rice doesn't just feed you, it fights for you. If chaos hits, you'll be glad it's on your team. All right, at number 9, we've got a seriously underrated powerhouse for your pantry, lentils and split peas. These little guys don't get nearly enough credit, but they're an absolute game changer when it comes to survival food. Why? For starters, lentils are one of the quickest sources of plant-based protein you can prep. Unlike beans, they don't need soaking. Just rinse them off, simmer for about 15 minutes, and boom, they're ready to eat. That's a massive fuel saver when resources are tight. A single cup of cooked lentils packs about 24 grams of protein. And here's the kicker. When hydrated, they actually deliver more protein pound for pound than beef. Plus, their shelf life is epic. Properly sealed, they can last a solid 20 years, retaining their lysine content, which is crucial for tissue repair. They're also loaded with iron, which, when paired with a touch of vitamin C from dehydrated veggies, gives you a quick hemoglobin boost. This is especially vital during stressful times, when energy levels drop. But wait, there's more. Lentils are a folate goldmine, making them essential for pregnant women to prevent birth defects. From red to green to brown varieties, lentils add flavor, color, and even barter value. And it's not just lentils pulling their weight here. Split peas cook creamy and can even replace dairy in soups. Feeling creative? Lentils aren't just for soups and stews. You can sprout them in 3 days for fresh greens during the winter, or grind them into flour for quick, no-yeast pancakes that cook in just 90 seconds. Their resistant starch supports good gut bacteria, keeping digestion in check when stress runs high. Historically, lentils have been survival food for entire nations. From India's wartime dal to Middle Eastern anti-scurvy dishes with mint and peas, their versatility is legendary. Lentil puree stretches meat. Lentil flour thickens stews, and their fiber keeps you feeling full longer. They even help the soil when tilled back into your garden. Lentils and split peas prove that being shelf-stable doesn't mean being boring. This is survival food done right. Coming in strong at number 8 on our list is one of the most versatile and overlooked survival foods you can stockpile: powdered milk. Think about it. What happens when the milk in your fridge runs out? Powdered milk steps in as your long leftover, shelf-stable solution, bringing nutrition, flexibility, and even a bit of comfort back into the mix. Here's what makes it a stockpile superstar: the non-fat version of powdered milk, when stored properly at around 60 degrees, can last up to 20 years. Even whole milk powder, which has a shorter shelf life, can stick around for a solid 5 years. With just a 1-to-4 ratio of powdered milk to water, you've got yourself a homemade glass of milk whenever you need it. Nutritionally, powdered milk doesn't hold back. Every cup provides a solid 8 grams of protein and 300 milligrams of calcium. Plus, most varieties are fortified with vitamins A and D, which are critical, especially during the winter or when sun exposure is low. Stir some into your morning oats to give them a protein boost, while saving on cooking time. Or use buttermilk powder for baking fluffy biscuits when fresh dairy isn't an option. 1 pound of powdered milk makes more than a gallon of milk, which saves precious storage space. It's cost-to-equivalent too, with bulk bags often priced around $16.00 at warehouse clubs. Its uses are endless. Add it to hot cocoa for a morale-boosting drink, or whisk it into coffee for that comforting latte vibe when creamers aren't available. Storing baby formula? If you run out, powdered milk can be extended with vegetable oil and sugar, following WHO guidelines. But be cautious with long-term substitution. Beyond the kitchen, powdered milk shines in surprising ways. It can preserve jerky by preventing mold, lighten bread dough, soothe burns and rashes, and even help jumpstart sauerkraut fermentation. Mix some with lemon juice and boom, you've got emergency cheese. Store it cool, dark, and dry in Mylar bags with desiccants, and you'll know it's gone bad if it starts to turn yellow. Powdered milk also spiked in demand during the 2022 baby formula shortage, leaving shelves bare. Don't wait for the next panic buying spree. Stock up now and rest easy knowing you've got food security packed neatly in a bag. All right, coming in at number 7, we've got an all-time survival classic that meat lovers swear by: jerky and dehydrated meat. Now, we all know storing meat long-term is no walk in the park, but jerky turns the impossible into possible. When done right, properly dehydrated or freeze-dried jerky can last over 35 years. That's not a typo, I'm talking decades. All it takes is vacuum sealing it with oxygen absorbers, and you've got yourself protein-packed insurance for the future. A single ounce of jerky delivers about 9 grams of complete protein, making it a high-impact snack in a small package. Not to mention, the sodium curing process isn't just for flavor, it also helps protect against botulism. And if you're tired of commercial meats pumped full of antibiotics, venison or home-smoked cuts are great alternatives. The added smoke isn't just for taste either. It contains natural preservatives that extend shelf life. And because jerky relies on lean cuts, it avoids the fat spoilage that could ruin your stash. Making your own jerky is both cost-supreme and customizable, costing as little as $6.00 a pound if you DIY it. You can pack it with flavor using soy sauce marinades for that savory umami boost, or even powder it to rehydrate into taco or stew meat in a pinch. Or combine it with rendered fat and dried berries to make pemmican, famously known as the original survival bar. It's like having history in your pan. Jerky isn't just versatile, it's an absolute team player in your prepper toolkit. Turkey jerky doubles as winter pet food for your working dogs, while South African biltong proves you don't even need special equipment to make meat last. Freeze-dried chunks? All you need is hot water, and you've got tender meat in minutes. For barter value, jerky often trades at 4 times its weight in grain. Pretty solid prepper currency. Pro tips: store it under 70 degrees to stop fat oxidation. Salmon jerky is a winner for omega-3s, and cured pork jerky adds thiamine to your diet, keeping energy levels steady. Even the brine repurposes as broth or seasoning. Jerky isn't just meat, it's the king of survival innovations. If chaos hits, trust me, you'll want to have this carnivore-approved staple on your side. All right, sliding into number 6, we've got the ultimate combination of longevity and convenience: freeze-dried meals and eggs. When things get tough and you need something quick, hearty, and balanced, freeze-dried options are absolutely clutch. They're the kings of storage food, lasting an impressive 30 to 35 years while retaining up to 97% of their original nutrients. That's decades of shelf life with nearly all the goodness of fresh food. Here's where it gets even better. Freeze-dried meals weigh about 70% less than their dehydrated counterparts, making them lighter to store and transport. All you need is some cold water to rehydrate them. No cooking required. That's right, no need to strike a match or waste precious fuel. Just open the pouch, add water, and you've got yourself a complete meal. These pouches are no joke. They often include protein, carbs, and veggies all in one. One crowd favorite? Powdered eggs. These little wonders can be whipped into scrambled eggs in under 90 seconds, or even turned into meringues for a sweet morale boost. A single number 10 can might hold the equivalent of 48 eggs. Imagine that. With fresh eggs getting pricey, or even unavailable in crises, this is an absolute game changer. Plus, powdered eggs are packed with choline for brain health and just enough fat to keep your meals satisfying. But freeze-dried meals aren't limited to the basics. Sprinkle some freeze-dried cheese over your pasta, and it melts like it's fresh off the block. You can even use it in making sauces, baking bread, or whipping up emergency mayo. From powdered yogurt to freeze-dried lasagna, there's something for everyone. And yes, even shelf-stable ice cream bars are a thing. FEMA trusts these meals enough to recommend them in disaster relief kits, so you know they're the real deal. While they might be a bit pricey up front, the investment pays for itself with unmatched storage life, portability, and convenience. The best part? If chaos strikes tomorrow, you'll feel 10 steps ahead with a stash of these ready to go. Freeze-dried food isn't just for emergencies, it's peace of mind in a bag. All right, landing at number 5 on the list, we have a true prepper essential that punches well above its weight: dried beans. Whether it's kidney, black, pinto, or Great Northern, beans are that triple threat survival food you simply can't overlook. These little powerhouses can last over 25 years when stored in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. And they're not just about longevity. Their versatility and nutrition make them a no-brainer addition to your stockpile. Here's why dried beans deserve a top spot in your pantry. A single cooked cup delivers 21 grams of protein, rivaling tuna in nutritional punch, but at a fraction of the cost, and without any need for refrigeration. On top of that, you're looking at 15 grams of fiber per cup to keep your gut happy and immune system strong. Plus, with their low glycemic index, beans help stabilize blood sugar, a critical advantage when stress and instant meals dominate. 1 pound of dried beans doesn't just stop at that. It cooks up to 6 cups worth. That's 3 times the volume of canned beans. And at just $1.50 per pound in bulk, it's an economic win. Packed with magnesium to aid you during manual labor and iron to fight off stress fatigue, beans are a prepper's best friend. Vibrant varieties like black and pinto beans even pack antioxidants that go toe-to-oo with blueberry. Worried about cook time? No problem. Overnight soaking slashes cooking time in half and reduces gas-causing compounds. Or opt for a quick soak by boiling beans for 3 minutes and letting them rest for an hour. If you've got a pressure cooker, even better. You'll have tender beans ready in 25 minutes, no matter how scarce your fuel is. Beans don't stop at being a meal. Ground bean flour thickens soups, mashed beans stretch ground meat in tacos, and sprouted beans become fresh greens in just 3 days. Store them properly below 12% moisture, use bay leaves to repel rodents, and always keep them away from light to preserve nutrients. Oh, and don't throw out the bean broth. It's packed with electrolytes and even works as a natural fertilizer or cast iron cleaner. Combine beans with rice for a complete protein, grind them for chili thickener, or ferment them into tempeh if you're feeling adventurous. Talk about versatility. Dried beans aren't just a food source, they're a survival solution, and in chaos they'll pull triple duty for you. Coming in at number 4 on our list is an unsung hero of the pantry, rolled oats. These quiet achievers might sit unnoticed on your shelf most of the time, but when things get tough, they'll prove to be a genuine lifeline. Stored properly, rolled oats can last over 25 years in number 10 cans, or airtight containers, especially if kept in a cool, dry place. Lightweight, compact, and power-packed. They don't just take up space, they deliver serious value. Here's what makes oats so clutch. With nearly 400 calories per 100 grams, they're an incredible source of slow-burning energy. Unlike sugary snacks that give you a quick spike and crash, oats fuel you throughout the day. They're also packed with beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that keeps your heart healthy by lowering cholesterol levels. which is especially critical when your stress levels skyrocket during disasters. One of the best things about rolled oats? They're super easy to prepare. A quick boil of just 1 minute, and you've got yourself a hearty, warming meal. Short on fuel? No problem. Simply soak them overnight in water and you'll have a no-cook breakfast waiting for you in the morning. Oats go far beyond breakfast, though. Grind them into flour to stretch your bread recipes or use them as a natural thickener in soups and stews without needing any gluten. Need more versatility? Toast them in the oven for 10 minutes before storage to prevent pesky pantry moths. Feeling sore after a long day of hauling water or firewood? Warm oatmeal compresses can help ease those muscle aches. And if your skin is irritated, an oat paste applied directly works wonders. For real. You can even brew oat straw tea for a calming magnesium boost when anxiety creeps in. Oats have proven their survival chops for centuries. Sailors lived off oat biscuits that stayed fresh for months. Add to that their ability to sprout into animal feed in a week, or their use in bath soaks and even DIY cat litter, and you've got a food that checks all the boxes. Long-lasting? Check. Nutrient-packed? Check. Affordable? Double check. When it comes to prepping, remember, simple doesn't mean weak. Oats are one of your strongest allies when chaos hits. All right, taking the spot at number 3 on our list, we've got a true comfort classic turned prepper's dream, manufactured out of desperation, hence sweat excellence. When the world seems to be falling apart, there's something undeniably grounding about the warm, creamy goodness of mashed potatoes. But potato flakes are more than just cozy food. They're a powerhouse survival staple that brings serious versatility and value to your stockpile. First off, these little flakes are insanely easy to prepare. All it takes is a 1-to-4 ratio of flakes to hot water, and in under 2 minutes, you've got a satisfying, starchy base for any meal. Plus, when stored properly with nitrogen, they can last an impressive 25 years, making them a long-term champion. Each quarter-cup serving plus equals their efficiency, making them an efficient energy source that's easy to digest and even kid-friendly. Now here's where it gets interesting. Potato flakes are ridiculously adaptable. Add powdered milk, and you've got silky, creamy mashed potatoes to lift your spirits. Need your stew or soup thickened in a flash? These flakes have you covered, without needing flour and without worrying about gluten. Want to get creative? Mix them with powdered eggs to make crispy hash brown patties, or toss them into bread dough to lock in moisture. They even work as breadcrumbs for meatloaf, and their incredible absorption powers make them ideal for soaking up excess oil when fats are in short supply. But don't stop there. These flakes are survival multitaskers. The water from boiling potatoes can polish silver, flakes can double as a baby food base, and yes, they even ferment well. This means you're looking at ethanol potential if you're distilling alcohol for disinfectant or barter. Sprinkle them on icy pathways for traction, or, believe it or not, use them in dust form to start a fire. Sweet potatoes in disguise. With prices holding steady at around $2.00 per pound from places like LDS canneries, you get affordability, versatility, and shelf stability all in one. Dehydrated potato flakes are the real MVPs when chaos strikes. Trust me, if you don't have them in your pantry yet, now's the time to fix that. All right, rolling into number 2 on our list is an absolute game changer for your stockpile. Dehydrated vegetable mix. When fresh produce vanishes from supermarket shelves, this compact powerhouse mix of carrots, onions, bell peppers, and celery steps in to save the day. It's the ultimate just add water essential for soups, stews, or even a quick stir-in for rice. Trust me, when options run dry, this little mix becomes pure gold. Here's why it's a must-have. Stored properly, dehydrated veggies last an incredible 25 years if the moisture content is kept under 10%. And because dehydrated produce shrinks to a fraction of its fresh size, you can store pounds of nutrition in just a few cups. A single cup of rehydrated mix packs in the nutritional punch of 4 pounds of fresh vegetables. That's efficiency at its finest. Plus, they keep about 80% of their original vitamin A, which is crucial for maintaining your immune system when times get tough. Rehydrating couldn't be easier. A quick 10-minute soak in warm water and you're looking at restored texture, vibrant colors, and real nutritional variety in your meals. This is especially important when everything else in your pantry screams beige. Bonus? You can skip the chopping and peeling, just toss it directly into your rice cooker, a pot of lentils, or your favorite soup. It's a hands-off time saver at its best. One number 10 can, which costs about $12.00 from co-ops or prepping stores, will stretch far, and even the dust left over at the bottom of the container serves a purpose. It boosts compost activity, making sure nothing goes to waste. Dehydrated onions, for example, don't just add flavor. Their natural sulfur smell works as a rodent deterrent. Plus, these vegetables are packed with electrolyte-restoring potassium, about 500 megs per half cup. Got a dehydrator at home? You can refill your stash for cheap by drying your garden harvests or salvaging bruised produce that's headed for the trash. Dehydrated garlic brings down blood pressure and lasts for years, while bell peppers deliver a vitamin C boost to meals like chili. You can even ferment cabbage from the mix into sauerkraut in no time. For barter, jar layering these colorful mixes looks amazing. And onion powder doubles up as a natural pest repellent for your garden. This mix does more than just fill plates. It fills nutritional gaps that other long-term foods can't. Add this vibrant veggie hero to your stockpile, and you'll be ready to thrive, not just survive when chaos strikes. All right, we've made it to number 1 on our list, and this one is a true savior for morale and nutrition. Raisins and other dried fruits are the unsung heroes of survival prepping. Sometimes fruit gets sidelined, but trust me, when you're running on rice, beans, and other heavy staples, a handful of sweet, chewy raisins can feel like actual dessert. And that's priceless when times get tough. Here's why these fruity powerhouses deserve a prime spot in your stockpile. Dried fruit, like raisins, gives you an instant sugar boost, crucial for those endless days of heavy physical work or just pushing through the stress of survival. Stored properly in cool conditions and treated with sulfur dioxide to prevent spoilage, they can last up to 15 years, holding strong when you need them the most. An ounce of raisins delivers over 300 milligrams of potassium, keeping your heart rhythm in check during physical strain. Plus, the natural fructose stabilizes brain energy when stress levels are through the roof. But that's not all. Different dried fruits pack unique benefits. Golden raisins? Plump them up in oatmeal for a naturally sweet breakfast. Dried cranberries? They'll give you a hit of vitamin C when fresh citrus isn't an option. Prunes are lifesavers for digestion with their sorbitol content. Apricots bring beta-carotene to support your eyesight, and figs sneak in calcium for strong bones. Still need convincing? Dried fruits aren't just about nutrition. They're versatile too. Toss dried berries into trail mix with nuts and jerky to keep your taste buds excited. Freeze-dried fruits retain 95% of their nutrients and weigh next to nothing, making them backpack-friendly. Banana chips bring that mist crunch, while rehydrating apple slices can transform a boring dish into something special. Ever tried making date paste? It works as a natural sweetener for energy bars. And get this, you can ferment raisins into a mild wine, or even to help kick off sourdough starter when yeast runs out. And don't throw away the extras. Peels can double as fire starters or help combat odors in tight spaces. Just vacuum seal your stash with oxygen absorbers to keep them in prime condition. Dried fruits add that touch of sweetness and humanity to your emergency stash, turning survival food into something that feels, well, little more normal. Stock up now and thank yourself later.